I didn't know you had flies in Iowa. I hate flies. The only way NARA could ever get this stuff, this back, would be please, 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 could we have it back? And I did say, what about a cognitive test? He said, well, you know, it's not that easy. You know, let me tell you. But I said, what about it? Because, you know, when they say that me, cognitively, but I took it and I aced it. Now, all I know about magnets is this. Give me a glass of water. Let me drop it on the magnets. That's the end of the magnets. The people are pouring over. It's sort of known as Snake Mountain, State Kill, Snake. It's snakes, a lot of snakes. They're sick and they're evil and they're not going to be fixed. You're not going to make them into wonderful people one day. I didn't know you had flies in Iowa. I hate flies.
While discussing the very serious issue of murdered Israeli civilians during a speech in Iowa, Donald Trump got distracted by the bothersome fly, which, to be quite frank with you all, Cenk and I have a lot of experience with here in the TYT studios. It is very frustrating, but usually we just pretend like they don't exist. Donald Trump decided to use it for part of his stand-up routine.
The people are pouring over. It's sort of known as Snake Mountain, State Kill, Snake. It's snakes, a lot of snakes. I think they're rattlesnakes. Between the rattlesnakes and the rough terrain and the steepness, they said nobody's coming. The people are coming over by the thousands.
Last night, Trump delivered a truly bizarre speech. And if you're wondering what Snake Hill or Snake Mountain is, we'd love to tell you, but we just don't know. Trump said during a speech,
let alone Steak Mountain.
Sounds delicious though. I can't wait.
Yeah, is there a mountain of steak somewhere?
I'm going.
A steak of snakes.
There's some mother effing snakes in this mother effing. No, actually there isn't. There actually isn't. Neither steaks nor snakes.
I tell you about aircraft carriers where they use electric catapults. They couldn't go to the steam, which works better for about 1/100th the price, you know, the electric catapult, you know that story. And when the steam got hit with a wave, which we do a lot, sir, those waves are bigger than these ships. He said when the steam got hit with a wave, sir, it didn't have any impact. In fact, it was nice. We loved it. When the electric gets hit with a little piece of water like this, you could drop it with the glass. That's the end of that system. So a little complicated, but it was pretty simple, actually. They had an almost $1 billion cost overrun on the magnetic elevators. Think of it, magnets. Now, all I know about magnets is this. Give me a glass of water. Let me drop it on the magnets. That's the end of the magnets. Why didn't they use John Deere? Why didn't they bring in the John Deere people? Do you like John Deere? I like John Deere, but with the hydraulic, right?
I really think that he was just trying to appeal to like John Deere workers, and he did it in this weird roundabout way by discussing something that he doesn't really know too much about.
Nikki Haley has been in the pocket of the open borders establishment owners her entire career, and she's a globalist, you know, she likes the globe. I like America first. The people in this room like America first. And Nikki Haley's campaign is being funded by Biden donors. Did you know that? Biden donors.
The globe, that was Donald Trump, of course, who is responding to the fact that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has effectively slid down the polls in the GOP primary. And so Trump has shifted his ire to Nikki Haley as her campaign has picked up some steam.
Well, I'm good at tests, so what's the story? He said, well, the problem is, you know, people will find out, and if you do badly, it's not a particularly good thing. You don't want to have some guy get like a disaster. I said, well, is it a hard test? It can be hard. I said, look, I got to take it because I got to shut it up. And I took it, and I aced it. I think it was 30 questions. And let me tell you, you know, they always show you the first one, like a giraffe, a tiger, or this, or that, a whale. Which one is the whale? Okay, and that goes on for 3 or 4, and then it gets harder and harder and harder, and then it's multiplied 3,293 times 4, divide by 3. They have plenty of tough stuff. But those last 15, 20 questions, I guarantee you Biden couldn't get by number 3. I think he'd probably get the whale.
Okay, like we're doomed, everyone. We're doomed. And this isn't the first time he's bragged about passing a dementia test.
The only way NARA could ever get this stuff, this back, would be please, 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 could we have it back?
And they
please,
asked for that.
Because they have no,
They did ask for it.
No, and
they said,
I gave
can you
them
give the
some,
documents back?
and we were talking.
And then they said they went to DOJ to subpoena you to get them
Which
back.
they've never done before.
Right.
And in
but
all
why not
fairness,
just hand them over then?
because I had boxes. I want to go through the boxes and get all my personal things out. I don't want to hand that over to Nara yet. And I was very busy, as you've sort of seen.
Yeah, but
I've been
according to
very,
the
very
indictment,
busy.
you then tell this aide to move to other locations after telling your lawyers to say you'd fully complied with the subpoena when you hadn't.
But before I send boxes over, I have to take all of my things out. These boxes were interspersed with all sorts of things.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Or more accurately, he got himself. That was a confession.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
Jack Smith has to be looking at this saying, "Oh my God, this is good," right?
Yeah.